Yo soy Mori, estamos aquí con Genshin Impact. En estos episodios estamos haciendo las misiones de Arconte. En concreto estamos aquí en la cárcel, en la fortaleza, para investigar. Así que nada, seguimos por aquí. Me parece que es el acto cuarto ya, o es el tercero. Estamos en el cuarto ya, sí. Entonces, a ver si lo acabamos este y el quinto y ya podemos grabar el nuevo evento ese que os dije hace unos vídeos. Así que nada, ¿qué tal estáis? Espero que estéis muy bien. Ya sabéis, como os digo, siempre que si os está gustando, os podéis parar un segundo y para dejarme likes, comentarios, suscribiros, darle a la campanita, todas esas cosas. Entonces, vamos a ver qué tal se nos da por aquí. Hay que ir al área de descanso. Así, en el anterior habíamos estado en la enfermería investigando. Habíamos descubierto que hay una plancha de hierro en el suelo. No sé exactamente de qué, ni por qué, ni para qué.
Paimon talked with Seguime the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't know. Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on.
Vale, pues nada, seguimos aquí investigating. Por otra parte, no sé si el acto quinto será el último ya o meterán todavía algún otro. Aparte, supongo que también meterán en algún momento dado otro episodio de intermedios de esos. Que esos sí que son largos. Esos duran, me duran a mí como cinco episodios míos. Vale, una verdad oculta entre las sombras. Busca a Lynette en el área de producción. Bueno, por lo menos lo tenemos aquí cerca. Ahí está.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the...
That's good. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Freminet successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Freminet returns. If everything went well, then...
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Seguime always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Also, I'm her brother, remember?
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Seguime isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd... Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her.
Okay.
There are some books here and a few files. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotion. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sijuin would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Seems quite normal to me. These are... None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way. Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure. Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just...
Vale, pues esa es la famosa plancha de la que hablábamos.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or...
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be? No. Could she have...
Writhsley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhsley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nobile, so you have no conflict of interest with Writhsley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic, just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This... Wait, you're right. Wait, the fact that Freminet was able to leave the grounds...
But what does he gain by letting Freminet leave?
So he's challenged... We never should have sent out Freminet. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to... If Writhsley let him leave on purpose, then he's
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down. Don't be like this, Lenny. Freminet wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please!
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be... I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back!
at the door! After him!
O sea que entonces el Uriotesley está implicado en las desapariciones, ¿o cómo es esto? Ya lo estaba escuchando todo.
I feel like we still have some room to...
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive
Is that so? Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll Someone! Please help! She's...
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, what a delightful turn of events. I like smart people. Oh my! What's wrong, little one? Being able to read human expressions is...
Mira qué lista.
Wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
Pues ahora vamos todos a ver al duque. Li, la, li, la, li.
Come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you...
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into... As for Freminet, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape.
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate.
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Freminet is not.
He's not. What do you...
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fort. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Freminet should also have returned to the fortress by now.
Wait, you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world.
Freminet's a star diver, so he should...
No, we're still here, so he'd definitely try to find a way to come back for us.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's... Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Freminet is... You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior.
You want to see Father?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no man's land.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me,
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here.
Linny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Mr. Freminet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my...
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6,
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and...
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Nobile, yes? But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of
Uy, no me digas que vamos a tener que luchar contra Aureate Slay.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone,
Bueno,
what
esta
is
me
the
la sé.
truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Porque al tercer día desapareces.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize. We often see Miss Sigewine observing the prisoners at work near the Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company
Lo de
sponsored
sí,
it.
lo del torneo también tiene su regla y luego había otra que era
The research note said that the Melusine race... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an We often
acuerdo,
see Miss
ahora
Sigewine
mismo.
observing the prisoners at work near their production. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before...
¿Por qué tiene este aspecto la carne extraña?
We often see Miss Sigewine observing... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an... The research note said that the Melusine race...
Es que no creo que tenga nada que ver con las melusinas, macho.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the The research note said that the Melusine race... Fonta's internal reports suggest that there's... The Fonta promoter has been... We often see Miss Sigewine observing...
Bueno, porque te lo hace todo... Porque te lo hace automáticamente, porque...
What's going on? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are... At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do... She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewine has only the best intentions with her. Unfortunately, Melusine, the recipients of her lovingly prepared special... Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Seguime's secret and the... Alright, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for that. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for that. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial. We often see Miss Seguime observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. See?
Dos nos fallan ahí.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. We often see Miss Seguime observe. The research note said that the Melusine race, according to Collins, the Pancration turned.
¿No?
The research note said that the Melusine. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. According to Collins, the
Pues vale, es que supongo que lo tienes que hacer en el orden correcto o algo así, pero como ya dije en vídeos anteriores, se me da fatal a mí esto de las deducciones a base de pistas y eso.
That hidden rule of the Pancration ring is about people get scared when they see it because they've but really, it's just a bottle of a blood red drink. The company facing backlash, they came to the fortress of Meropide. And off the Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, and so only those...
I acknowledge the effort, although based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collect. Alright, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of spare... You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Seguime. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace. Seguime? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional.
Seguime...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nobile asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to... But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nobile told me to do. His Grace knows it too.
My dear Seguime, whatever...
Well, it's nearly time after all. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you just...
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Missy...
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarande.
Freminet...
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon.
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse.
What?
Please, make some space.
I'll talk to Clarande while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can...
Pon pregunta para saber qué sucede.
What's that look on your face?
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Seguime may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to...
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reason.
It would probably work on Nobile. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Want some tea?
Not particularly.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea.
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel?
Seguime.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater?
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should... Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh. Freminet?
He'll be fine. But for now, please...
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. The Duke and Clarande are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
Pues no lo sé. Yo es que no sé muy bien lo que está pasando, pero bueno. Acompaña a Freminet. A Freminet. A Freminet. No sé lo que está pasando, pero bueno.
He's awake. Freminet.
We're all here.
Where?
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling...
Traveler. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Where could Master Child be?
Anda, mira, manejamos a Freminet.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Que hay que subir. ¿Ves? Este tipo de detalles son originales y hacen que una aventura sea más entretenida. De hecho, como bien dije, esta parte de la cárcel me está gustando mucho, pero ya se me está empezando a hacer un poco larga, ¿eh? Ah, que este es el que sube. Vale. Digo, a ver cómo es su habilidad especial. ¿Hay que bajar? Sí.
This is where the water starts. Master. vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be go- Oh, there are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Sal del agua.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still. I have to push.
Pues sí parece la música de Stranger Things. Bueno, pues ya sabemos lo que pasó con Freminet.
So, in other words...
That's right. I tried my best to swim.
Miss Clarand brought you back, but we also don't know.
Miss Clarand, you say?
You're still too weak, Freminet.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarand will.
A guest? Then I...
You should ask His Grace about that. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on.
No, please go on without me.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
Understood.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you.
Thank you.
Otra visión completada. Pues nos debe quedar una más del acto cuarto. Lo que pasa es que no nos va a dar tiempo a hacerla hoy. La haremos en el próximo y acabamos el acto ya. Plom, 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 plom. Hoy como mucho empezaremos esta conversación. Me quedan 5 minutillos, más o menos, más o menos. Así que nada, y además...
I take it Mr. Freminet's condition...
Of course. I wouldn't have.
I've been expecting those two, but...
I wanted to check up on Miss.
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform.
All right. Thank you.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course. But I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. But where should I begin? How about you...
Then Paimon will begin.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on it. Of course, it's inevitable that the knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety.
Are the rumors true? That you're...
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind...
Oh, right. But...
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally...
And saving Freminet was...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite... That's not something you should be asking after. Nobile only asked you to invest... All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary.
You make a compelling case.
Yeah, I'm on...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, follow me.
Door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of play...
Ahora tengo yo curiosidad por saber qué habrá en el área 54.
Stand on the central...
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Lim.
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed... Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends?
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself.
Sigue explorando. Bueno, pues creo que justo aquí lo vamos a dejar para crear todo el hype. A ver, ¿qué habrá detrás de las puertas? Así que nada, gente, espero que os haya gustado. Sed buenas, sed buenos, sed felices. Un saludín, chao, chao.